All right, we are going to look at Butler versus Eastern Illinois. The game before Houston. Butler needs to get a win before going on the road. Took a shellacking in Houston, but we will look at the positives from this game against Eastern Illinois. Let's start off with the play in the first half that I really liked. Colby King gets to the right side of the floor, seeing he's going to create separation. Pierre's going to be able to come off this pass, be open. They switch it. Colby goes to the corner. Telfort does a good job flashing to get the ball. Right back to Pierre. He's going to shoot a three. Starts here. Andre comes up. Fakes like he's going to set a screen, immediately slips it. When he breaks down, Pierre's defender's got to crash to the middle of the lane. Telfort does a good job faking it to Andre, kicking it back to Pierre for an open three. Didn't go in. Very nice job by Telfort, Pierre, and Andre. Love this fake little screen from Andre to slip. Grab two defenders to get inside. Even if Pierre swung it one more, Colby would have been open. But Pierre's a great shooter. No problem with him taking that shot. Nice play. Just happened not to go in. Part of what makes Butler successful so far this year on offense is the ability to get easy shots on simple actions. Right off an inbound, Landon Moore puts it right into Andre's screen. Landon comes off a dribble handoff, gets 1 foot in the lane. Haywood has an open three. Let's go slower. It's a nice job right here by Andre to set this pick to really allow Landon to come off and be able to get a foot in the zone. It's a bigger guy that was switching on to Landon, so he's guarding. So this guard has to drop down to help him out. Landon notices it right away. Haywood's in a great spot to catch and shoot. Doesn't go in. Nice high release from Haywood. I think he's going to be a great player. But this play is, once again, Landon Moore being a very nice point guard, getting a foot in the lane and immediately capitalizing on recognizing help right away. Butler was able to get an easy three on this possession, all because of the work of Jameel Telfort. Had a rough game against Houston, who had another excellent one before that against Eastern Illinois. Andre comes over, sets him a screen. Telfort is hedged on the Andre screen. For some reason, this defender who is on Andre doesn't really commit to it, and he's got help on the backside right here who can catch the roll. Telfort recognizes that, gets into the lane, which causes all the Eastern Illinois defenders to collapse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Landon's open for a three. McCaffrey's open for a three. That's a bit tougher pass. Telfort decides to kick to Landon. Terrible closeout by this guy. McCaffrey, who's shooting over 50% from three this year, gets in the corner. Bang. Nice extra pass. All because Jameel Telfort was able to infiltrate the lane off a nice screen from Andre. Landon Moore, unselfish, made the extra pass. Let's go to the defensive end and give a quick shout out to Andre Screen, who I think has been Butler's most important player so far this season since he switched to coming off the bench. He's a smaller guy, quicker than Andre. Andre's in a Andre's in a good stance. Gets beat, cuts the man off. He's got no angle. If you look at it right here, it looks like the Eastern Illinois player can go up for a layup. Andre's able to use his body without fouling, keep his hands up, lock him into the baseline. This guy's not going to be able to finish over Andre. Gets himself into good rebounding position and just uses his height. Favorite part of the play. Kind of gets beat, doesn't reach, doesn't use his hands, moves his feet quickly to the block, cuts the guy off, and makes the Eastern Illinois player take a great layup. That's an unbelievable individual defensive effort from Andre Screen. They're going to need more of that with this tough stretch coming up. One of my favorite things that Butler does and this coaching staff does is this little press when they're trying to slow down the tempo of another team's offense. They put McCaffrey at the top, two guards basically at half court, just patrolling the center of the court, make sure that press doesn't get split. Here's a good example of that press leading into good defense. Ball gets ever half court. Shot clock is already about 10 seconds down. Screen, Andre does a great job hedging the screen. Telfort comes off it hard off the top. Yeps back to guarding the guard. Andre right now is out of position. He's got to hurry back just using his feet to get back in front of this big man. It's exactly what he does. Immediately stops a shot right there. And then their center tries to take a little turnaround shot, not going to get that over a 7-1 Andre screen. Just another example of Telfort and Andre being connected on defense. Really nice hedge by Andre. Telfort switches back on, then Andre just used his feet to force Eastern Illinois into a tough shot. But that's all because the press makes them slow their tempo. They can't get into what they want. Love this little press that they do. Back on the defensive end, everyone please watch and applaud Jamil Telfort for this individual effort on defense. The man he's guarding had about 25 points, had about half his Eastern Illinois points. Fights through a screen. His man gets the ball in the post. Just watch Ja's base. Not using his hands, trying to go through his chest. You're not getting through Telfort's chest. Has got to give the ball up. Gets switched onto a guard. That's final pass him right back off to McCaffrey. Face this man up in the post again. It's a good rip through by this guy. Telfort's out of position. Fights right back to get back to the middle of the floor. Does a great job. Good help by McCaffrey, too. Forces the ball back up to the top of the key. Finley recognizes that. He lunges at it. Makes sure a three-pointer doesn't get off. McCaffrey's back in position. And then Gusto goes straight up to force a tough shot. Really great connected defense. This is my favorite part. Trying to go into Jamil's chest. He's not moving. Don't challenge Jamil Telfort in the post. It's not going to work out for you. Give a shout out to Augusta Cassia now. Had a great game against Houston. But let's talk about this play against Eastern Illinois. Comes and gets the ball. Sets a screen for Finley. Butler goes into their dribble handoff offense. He recognizes, by the way, that the defender guarding him has not made up his mind what he wants to do. And he knows that whoever was guarding Telfort is now fighting over the screen. This player guarding Pierre has no idea what's going on, not in help position at all. And Eastern Illinois has no one in the lane to guard against a roll. Gusto recognizes all of that, being the smart player that he is. He slips it. Eastern Illinois panics. Two guys collapse. These three are all on the left side. Finley's wide open and McCaffrey's wide open. Gusto lands, pass to McCaffrey. Probably the best shooter on the team, one of the best shooter in the Big Easts. McCaffrey drills a wide open three. Really fantastic job by Gusto Cassia. Slipping the screen, recognizing what the defense was doing, and then landing, keeping control of his body, and kicking it out to the best shooter on the team. Great job. Another great defensive effort, solo defensive effort in this game is Colby King. Screen, he's immediately switched on to Eastern Illinois' best player, who also happens to be their biggest guy on the floor against the smallest guy on the floor in Colby King. He goes to work immediately, shuts it down, fronts him here. No entry pass available. Does not let him get position, forces him to relocate as the ball is swung. No entry pass. And now you see he's working to front this man again. Works his way in front of him, picks off the pass. That is just a fantastic solo defensive effort, creating a turnover all by yourself, fronting a bigger guy, working hard not to give him position. Colby King brings a lot to this team off the bench. Butler runs a lot of dribble handoffs, and Eastern Illinois recognized that, and they tried to jump it, but Pierre Brooks wouldn't let it happen. Gusto comes over for a dribble handoff, stops his dribble. Once again, just like the slip with Gusto, these two guys not communicating at all, have no idea who's going to switch on to Telfort when Pierre Brooks sets the down screen for Telfort to come get the dribble handoff, and who's going to go with Pierre Brooks. Pierre recognizes it, immediately slips Cowles for the ball. Bigger guy with slower feet on Pierre. He smells dead fish in the water, gets to the lane, lays it up off a goaltend. Nice job by Cassia, too, running to the lane with him. Opened up a little lane on the left side for him, but a really nice job by Pierre here after the screen to recognize that both defenders went with Ja, and he slips and gets the basket and lays it in. Another nice, simple action to get an easy bucket for Butler. Late in the half, Butler trying to put this game away. I like this play from McCaffrey because when you're a good shooter, Teams are going to crash out on you, and you can go to the lane. McCaffrey also is pretty nifty getting into the lane and creating shots for himself. I think Andre does a great job coming over, sealing this man, which allows McCaffrey to turn the corner and get into the lane for a shot he wants. Still sealing the man, by the way. And honestly, once McCaffrey goes up, and hindsight's 2020, Andre did such a great job sealing that he got the guy on his hip. He's wide open on the roll. McCaffrey didn't see it, and I don't mind this mid-range shot. Didn't go in. McCaffrey's hit a bunch of them this year. Still a nice play. But right here is where the play is made. It's not McCaffrey getting to the rim. It's this. Andre recognizing what McCaffrey wants to do, trying to get to the middle of the court, sealing off a guy, and then immediately rolling off. Could have bounced past him right there for a layup. Not a terrible shot, but could have been a layup. Butler ended up taking this game by 15 before going to Houston losing. And we'll recap that game coming soon.